Hello and welcome to Vision of Asia, the news you can trust and events that move and celebrate our very own South Asian community. I'm Nidhi Kathuria coming to you from our ITV Gold studio in New Jersey. In the headlines today, Biden nominates first US Muslim woman to federal court bench. Mauritius metro station built with Indian assistance named Mahatma Gandhi. Facebook critics call for release of India Human Rights Review. Featuring the woman pilot who flew to China as part of Vande Bharat mission. Malaysian Hindus hold scaled-down Thaipusam festival due to pandemic. The trailer of the new web series Rocket Boys releases today. Stay with us on Vision of Asia for news in detail right after this short break. President Joe Biden has nominated the first Muslim American woman to be the judge on a federal court in the United States, the White House said on Wednesday as it announced a list of diverse judicial nominees. If confirmed by the U.S. Senate, Nusrat Jahan Chaudhry, a civil rights lawyer of Bangladeshi descent, would serve in a federal district court in New York State. A nominee who would be the first Bangladeshi American, the first Muslim American woman, and only the second Muslim American person to serve as a federal judge, the White House said in a statement on Wednesday, referring to Chaudhry. Chaudhry currently serves as the legal director of the Illinois chapter of the American Civil Liberties Union, a civil rights advocacy group. She previously worked in various capacities at the organization, including as deputy director of the ACLU's Racial Justice Program in New York. At a time when inequalities in the justice system are front and center, Chaudhry, who dedicated her career to protecting the civil rights of Muslims and other marginalized communities, would bring legitimacy to the judiciary by pushing it towards justice, Muslim advocates said in a statement. The Mauritius government has decided to name one of the country's major metro stations as Mahatma Gandhi Station to pay gratitude for India's support to the Metro Express project, said the country's Prime Minister Pravind Kumar Jugnauth on Thursday. I have the privilege to inform you that to pay gratitude for India's support to the Metro Express project, my government has decided to name one of the major metro stations as Mahatma Gandhi Station, said Jugnauth, the jointly inaugurated and launched projects with Prime Minister Narendra Modi from India virtually on Thursday. I'm proud to say that this event demonstrates once again the very special and privileged relations between Mauritius and India, he added. The Prime Minister also emphasized that, like Metro Express, the implementation of these projects would not have been possible without the lines of credits and grants generously provided by the Government of India. PM Modi and Prime Minister of Mauritius Pravind Kumar Jugnauth on Thursday jointly inaugurated the India-assisted social housing units project in Mauritius virtually. They also launched the Civil Service College and 8 MW solar PV farm projects in Mauritius that are being undertaken under India's development support.
Shri Modi ji, considering our strong historical and cultural ties, and given the special bonds of friendship between the people of Mauritius and India, it is a great honor for me to invite you to make an official visit to Mauritius in November or December of this year for the grand inauguration of the full Metro Express service from Port Louis to Kiopep and Rosehill to Réduit. We look forward to be honored by your presence once again. Long live the friendship between Mauritius and India. Bharat Mata ko abhivadan karta hu. Jai Hind, Jai Mauritius, Dhanyavad.
Excellencies, India and Mauritius are united by history, ancestry, culture, language, and the shared waters of the Indian Ocean. Today, our robust development partnership has emerged as a key pillar of our close ties. Mauritius is a prime example of India's approach to development partnership, which is based on the needs and priorities of our partners and respect their sovereignty. Pravinji, I fondly remember inaugurating with you the Metro Express project, the new ENT hospital, and the new Supreme Court building. I am delighted to know about the metro's popularity, crossing the 5.6 million passenger mark. We look forward to supporting the further extension of the metro.
Facebook critics on Wednesday called on the world's largest social network to release a human rights impact assessment it commissioned in 2020 to investigate hate speech on its platforms in India. The social media company, which is now called Meta, faces increasing scrutiny over its handling of abuses on its services, particularly after whistleblower Frances Haugen leaked internal documents showing its struggles monitoring problematic content in countries where it was most likely to cause harm. In a letter sent to the company this month and made public Wednesday, rights groups, including Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, and India Civil Watch International, urged Facebook to release the report. In November, rights group told the Wall Street Journal that the social media company had narrowed the draft report's scope and was delaying the process. Rights group have for years raised alarms about online hate speech and misinformation stoking tensions in India, the company's largest market by number of users. As a result of the consistent and continuous barrage of hate on social media, particularly on Facebook, Indian Muslims have been particularly dehumanized and rendered helpless and voiceless, said Dr. Zafarul Islam Khan, a former chairman of Delhi Minorities Commission, speaking at the press briefing organized by the group of Facebook critics known as the Real Facebook Oversight Board. Lakshmi Joshi was among the several pilots who volunteered for the Vande Bharat mission, which started in May 2020 to evacuate Indians stranded abroad due to coronavirus-induced travel restrictions. She spoke to Humans of Bombay about her experience recently, opening up about her childhood dream, the training she underwent to become a pilot, and how she flew 3 flights a month during the height of the pandemic to rescue Indians stranded abroad. During her interview with Humans of Bombay, Ms. Joshi revealed that her father took a loan so she could train to become a pilot. After 2 years, during which she put her heart and soul into her training, Ms. Joshi got her pilot license. Her father continues to be one of her biggest cheerleaders. Though she loved her job, Lakshmi Joshi wanted to do more than just travel. So when the pandemic hit and the Vande Bharat mission came into being, she volunteered to fly abroad to rescue stranded Indians. Her first flight as part of the rescue mission was to Shanghai in China. China being the hotspot of COVID, everyone was distressed, she recalled, adding that she would never forget that flight. Our aim was to bring back all the Indians stuck there. We all wore hazmat suits through the course of the flight. I flew the flight wearing one, she said. When they finally landed in India, the passengers gave the crew a standing ovation. One little girl came up to me and said, "I want to be like you." And I told her that Papa told me, the sky's the limit. After that, Lakshmi Joshi flew 3 rescue flights a month. The flights were long and wearing a hazmat suit made it tougher. But she says she thought of Indians who were stuck kept her going. Once I even flew to bring medical aid to India. That was the strangest flight. Instead of passengers, we traveled with hundreds of carton boxes, she said. The pandemic is in its 3rd wave right now, she says. But the Vande Bharat mission is still pretty active. Ms. Joshi will soon fly out to Newark to bring home Indians who are stranded there. Malaysian Hindus celebrated a scaled-down Thaipusam festival on Tuesday with limited numbers allowed to take part and with some traditions such as devotees piercing their cheeks with skewers and carrying altars banned due to coronavirus curbs. The festival, which commemorates the birth of the deity Lord Murugan, was cancelled last year due to the pandemic. Some who attended this year's festival at the Sri Subramaniar Swami Temple at the Batu Caves on the outskirts of Kuala Lumpur said they were disappointed by the more muted celebrations with no music or drums to accompany the procession. The festival takes place in India but also in countries like Malaysia and Singapore, which have big Hindu communities. In Singapore, 14,000 people were expected to visit the Sri Thenda Yuthapani temple for Thaipusam celebrations on Tuesday, but people would only be able to worship in groups of 5, the Straits Times reported. Malaysian health protocols this year limited the number of participants to 6,000 compared with the tens of thousands who usually attend, and people were not allowed to carry kavadis, the ornately decorated altars. During the festival, some worshippers pierced their skin, tongue or cheeks with the metal skewers or hooks, believing they will leave no scars or feel pain when it is a trance-like state. Sony Liv has finally shared the first full trailer for their upcoming series, Rocket Boys. The series stars Jim Sarb as pioneering nuclear physicist and Ishwak Singh as physicist and astronomer Vikram Sarabhai. The trailer shows how Vikram and Homi first met, became friends and pioneered India into taking its first step towards becoming a nuclear superpower. There are also cameos by the country's first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, played by Rajat Kapoor, and even everyone's beloved President APJ Abdul Kalam.
The lunatic brown kid is blowing up the courtyard again.
प्रभु रॉबर्ट गॉडर्ड 15 साल पहले ही करिश्मा कर चुके, तो फिर मैं क्यों नहीं कर सकता? पीछे आ जाओ, ये फट भी सकता है।
Let's drink to that. Unfortunately, हमारे लिए नहीं। Now, who can tell me what this is?
Don't touch those.
अब जापान की वजह से हमें रबर नहीं मिल रहा। फिर हम क्या करें, रमन?
Why don't you try using another material? Polyethylene sheets की tensile strength rubber से ज़्यादा है।
What was your major again?
Natural science, sir, but I have a particular interest in physics.
विक्रम साराभाई, तुम एक ब्रिलियंट साइंटिस्ट हो और जो तुम अपने देश के लिए कर सकते हो, उस लाखों की भीड़ में और कोई नहीं कर सकता।
आपने नाम नहीं बताया अपना?
Mrinalini.
It's like gravity. Me. She puts lights on things I didn't know about myself.
Are you going to kiss me, Vikram?
So you're the famous Homi Bhabha.
And you are the
Parwana Irani, मेरा पूरा नाम.
Parsiest name I've ever heard in my life.
1, 2, 3, release.
होमी सर तो कॉस्मिक रे यूनिट बंद कर रहे हैं।
Cosmic Ray Unit was the only lab जहाँ मैं अपने रॉकेट बनाने का सपना सच कर सकता था और तुम इसे ही बंद कर रहे हो? I wish I had known you were the selfish man, Homi.
I am a selfish man. Happy? You've been assembling that rocket in your garage for months, for years, in fact. I can't wait around for things to happen to me. The train is leaving the station, my friend. Are you on it? Or have you been left behind?
पंडित जी, मेरा एक प्रपोजल है। इंडिया स्पेस प्रोग्राम सर।
इस वक्त हमारी जरूरतें कुछ और हैं।
कल सुबह 6 बजे चीन की पीपल्स लिबरेशन आर्मी ने भारतीय सीमा पर 2 हमले किए।
Gentlemen, it's the proposal to make India's first atom bomb.
अगर मैं कहूँ होमी नेहरू से छिपकर बम बनाने की कोशिश कर रहा है तो?
ये कमेटी सिर्फ एक एडवाइजरी कमेटी है जिसका काम है
to advise the correct use of atomic energy. और इस वक्त देश की सही जरूरत है एक एटॉमिक बम।
देश क्या तुम्हारी?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1।
सर एक एप्लीकेंट आया फॉर एन इंटरव्यू। सर एक बार मिल लीजिए, काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग लग रहा है, काफ़ी दूर साउथ से है।
APJ अब्दुल कलाम।
And that's a wrap on Vision of Asia tonight. Send us your suggestions and community news that you would like us to cover for our print and television coverage at events@itvgold.com. Follow us on our Facebook handle at ITVGold, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and pick up a free copy of Desi Talk if you're in the tri-state area or in Chicago area for news on community, entertainment, and events in US and India. You can also read the News India Times newspaper online at www.newsindiatimes.com or subscribe to the hard copy by calling 212-675-7515. Thank you and take care.